Hello, water signs. Mio here from Souls and Stardust Podcast with your mid-month April reading. Um, just wanted to say thank you so much for your patience, your feedback, your reviews, the DMs that you send us with how things are um, affecting you, synchronicities, the stories that you have to tell. Shannon and I really appreciate that kind of stuff. So just wanted to share my gratitude with that. So again, my name is Mio. This is the Souls and Stardust podcast. We have 5 seasons on every major platform, or you can visit us, soulsandstardustpodcast.com. You can book a reading. You can join the collective. It's $20 a month. We have a couple classes in there. We're adding another class shortly here. So we have like going down the rabbit hole with your birth chart. We have a class about how to create your own oracle decks since I just realized I've created 3 so far. So I'll be actually pulling from I Am Affirmation deck that I made. And then later on too, we'll have your girlfriend's no bullshit love oracle that we made, as well as the quickies deck. So wanted to ask you as well, if you are somebody that collects decks, if we launch our quickies deck, would you want those full size or mini deck, like business card size, where you can just throw it into the little velvet bag that it'll come in and you can just throw it into your bag? So let me know in the comments how you like size wise, because these are large, like really big. And then we have the other ones that were like your girlfriend's no bullshit. So like, just let me know so that we hear you. We don't want to keep launching stuff that you guys are like, oh, I don't really like the size of these, or they feel weird, or they're not easy to throw in on the go, or whatever. So feedback is greatly appreciated. All right, let's see what we got here. I do still have a bunch of these decks though, the I Am Affirmation decks. So that's through my own personal website, miobaclini.com. And then I have a shop online there. All right. What's the knowledge that Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio needs to know? Let it be accurate and true and benefit all of those who are involved in their lives. I am in alignment. I am in alignment. I am living poetry. So sounds like you're exactly where you're meant to be. And not all poetry is pretty and sunshine, right? I am strong. So where are you being tested right now? And I say that because it's like in my head, I see this straw basket. And it's like, okay, so just to be completely honest, I've been going down this complete rabbit hole of Sherpas, Sherpas in the Himalayas. Don't ask why. But they're so strong that they can carry their own body weight. So not only are they carrying their own shit, they're carrying their clients' shit up the mountain too. And it's with this straw basket that's just loaded up. And then they have like this band that goes around their head so that the weight is distributed between their head and their back. But the strength factor is like, how do you know if you're strong? You have to test it out, right? You have to throw the shit in the basket and see, is this strong enough to carry this, or is this going to fall through the bottom? Am I strong enough to carry this, the weight of this, or do I need to take some shit out? Or in the back to the Sherpa analogy, and even just going up and down the mountain, because you can't just like they're used to it because they grew up there. But for Westerners just coming into their area, you can't just climb the mountain. You have to go up and come down, or go up, spend a couple days, and then keep going. You have to exercise your mind, exercise your body. You can't just come from California and then go up to Everest and not expect to have any kind of like altitude sickness or anything like that. But when we go back to I am strong, it's the consistency. It's acclimating to discomfort. It's acclimating to pushing yourself a little bit further, like when you're working out and you're working a muscle and it's just like you're just building, right? And it's like, oh shit, I didn't realize how strong I was until, you know what? I went and now I can go and pick up this heavy load. No problem. I got enough strength for myself and for my client. So I am in alignment. I am living poetry. I am strong. Bottom of the deck, I am surrendering to the divine. So I'm surrendering to the divine is something some people have pulled this card and they're like, what does that even mean? I'm like, surrendering to the divine is like, some people call it God, some people call it source, some people call it higher self, some people call it Jesus, some people call it angels. Whatever it is, it's surrendering to the magical nature of alignment, the magical nature of our human soul experience, surrendering to the path that is already laid out in front of you. And so that you stop fighting things and you stop tensing up against life and just let things roll. And then so again, I'm seeing the going down the river, right? You got your little paddles. I'm sure there's like actual terms for these things, but surrendering is like, okay, I'm gonna pull the paddle up because I've got myself on this path and I'm okay. I'm gonna surrender and let the path take me as long as it's safe. And then you have to course correct where you have to. Because then you're like, oh shit, now that I'm in the path of the current and the flow, I can see what's ahead. I can see when there's troubles in the water. I can see where there's going to be rocks ahead. I can see where the energy is changing and shifting because there's other indicators um, like if the water's whirlpooling a certain way, that means there's something under the water that you need to stay away from, right? Or if you see the water going down and it's suddenly splitting a certain way, you're like, okay, that means maybe it's rocky over there. So then you course correct, right? But you're still surrendering to the flow of the natural state of the river, the natural state that it's trying to take you from point A to point B. Now, when you're not surrendered, you could totally think that the point B that you're headed towards isn't where you're supposed to be. So you're turning around upstream, fighting for your life. That's my upstream. And, you're just creating resistance and change because you're like, oh shit, I'm too far off from point A. And it's like, no, no, no. You're supposed to be far off from point A. You're not supposed to stay at point A forever. That's temporary. Okay. Star Brothers. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. So just know you are protected. There's some masculine energies in your life surrounding you, watching over you. Spirit side, earth side, they're here in the flesh watching you. They're here in the flesh helping you out. They're here, even spirit side, because it's Star Brothers, right? Meaning they're going to be that twinkle in the sky to help you, the North Star, right? And help protect you, keep you safe. Know what time of day it is. Because if I know the stars are up, I know this. I can work on my logistics. Protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Like, I love feeling safe with people. Oh, sorry, this one fell out also. Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. This one actually came out in my last reading as well. So that's with I Am Living Poetry. So those two cards, the fact messenger, maybe you do have something that needs to be written or spoken that will bring the harmony, bring the balance that you need in your life. So if you're feeling too one way or the other, think about like, where do my words or my creations or the things that I have inside that need to come out, like, how is this living poetry and how can my words become something beautiful? How can I speak life? How can I bring that balance and harmony, not just for myself, but for those around me? I'm strong. Activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. What have I been telling you with surrendering to the divine, trusting where you're led, getting in that energetic flow, letting the river take you? But with I am strong, activated earth, dude, Earth, strong. Like, even as water signs, you need structure and strength so that you can move freely. The water just doesn't flow like that in the middle of other water. It's like it's surrounded by earth, rocks, mountains, gravel, sand, all these earthy things that become a container for the water to flow. So, where are you feeling led? Because that's what this card is about. Trust where you're led, emotionally, spiritually, or actually physically. Going on a trip, I feel like I need to go camping. I feel like I need to go to Dark Sky Park. I feel like I need to go visit this location on the earth because I'm feeling called to it physically, or spiritually, energetically. Where do you feel like you're being led in a meditation, in changing parts of you? Like, what do you need to surrender and let go? When I say surrender, it's like, shh, I give it up. I give it up. Not because I've defeated, but I give up because I'm open for the wild adventure that's up ahead of me if I say yes to that by giving up this other thing. Bottom of the deck, child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Dude, you already know. You already know deep, deep down inside. Your intuition's been screaming at you. Step out of your comfort zone. North node. So that means, like, dude, your whole purpose, your whole journey this lifetime, dude, you got to step out of your comfort zone. Sometimes stepping out of the comfort zone, the first step is like, let me change out of my sweats and go get my workout clothes on. Let me get out of my sweats and go get my hiking boots on. Let me go fill up my water bottle. Step out of your comfort zone. It's too hot. It's too cold. It's too this. It's too that. I don't have time. Okay, make time. You have to create your routine. You have to create your system. Create your systems. That's just what I'm like. It's just repeating. But stepping out of your comfort zone. So getting out of doom scrolling, getting off social media, getting off whatever sites suck you in when you're in consumption mode versus create mode. Step out of your comfort zone so that you're like, you know what? I need to be uncomfortable for a little bit. I've been self-soothing, pacifying too much. Sometimes you just kind of have to push yourself just to go do hard things or go do things that you've been avoiding doing. Go clean out your fucking garage. Go wipe out your microwave. Go finish folding your laundry that's been sitting. Go purge. Whatever that means. Life, house, but step out of that comfort zone so that you can move forward in your destiny is what the North Node is. All right, so these are flying out. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Your commitment is being tested. And luck is on your side. New moon in Sag. Bottom of the deck, a fiery climax approaches. All right, so let's jump into your girlfriend's no bullshit love oracle. So what wisdom do we need to know about you and the relationships in your life? This doesn't have to be romantic. This could be colleagues, work colleagues. This could be friendships. Relationships come in all ways, all sizes to come and teach us lessons. And these things, it's whatever's going to pop into your mind first. So what's the wisdom that we need to know? Okay. All right. This is a hell of a blast from the past. There's unfinished business here. Fall in love with life. You draw on your soul family when you do. This is why it's important. You have to do things that are fun to you. Like, if you've ever been with somebody, dated somebody, married to somebody, and you're like, I just realized I didn't have any hobbies. I was literally just doing whatever they did. And so, which it can be fun, but the difference being if you find yourself just clinging on to other people's identities and their hobbies, but you're not really interested in it. It's one thing if you're interested in it and it becomes a hobby of yours. It's another thing if you're like, I don't really have a life of my own. And so therefore I just adapt and change to those that I am closest to, or that I, in some weird codependent way, like, you're like, oh, I let their identity become mine. Don't do that. You have to do things that are fun for you. Is it cooking? Is it dancing? Is it martial arts? Is it just laying outside in the sun? Is it going on hikes? Is it, doing some graphic, whatever. But you have to do what is going to make you fall in love with life, because that's when you start being joyful and excited and you start talking about your passions. That's when you actually start attracting other people to you. Because believe me, I get so passionate about stuff like this, readings, energy, all the psychic stuff, all the synchronicities, astrology, when I can geek out and I'll talk to somebody and then I'll find myself apologizing. I'm so sorry. I know, like, you asked me one question and I just totally opened up and just blah, excitedly talk to you about this. And they're like, no, it makes them happy to see me excited about something, and they're learning something new. And it's usually about themselves. So they're like, oh, cool. No, don't apologize. This connection will come with some karmic lessons. Bottom of the deck, straight fire. This is a smoking hot connection. So there's something that's going to be fire, finishing out some karmic stuff because it's blast from the past, but it's going to have some karmic lessons, which is kind of how it goes. So now with the quickies deck, this is the one I was saying, if you want to order this, let us know if you want us to create these in the full size one, or if you want the mini deck of the quickies, or both. So if you can just leave that in the comments. So the quickies deck is a yes, no, clarifier type deck. So hold a question in your heart. What's the energy behind this? Or clarification about this? Or ask a yes or no. Or don't say anything and just let what the cards come up, see how they feel in your intuition, and then you'll know. Your intuition doesn't play. If you can at least shut your brain down for 2 seconds and let the intuition speak internally to you, you'll hear the answer. So you'll already know what this applies to. It's when you get caught in your head that you're constantly like, how does this, if you're logically trying to make sense of things, then you're not allowing the flow to come in and explain it to you. If that makes sense. Oh, what the fuck are you waiting for? This is it. And ask for help. So, bottom of the deck, this feels good. What the fuck are you waiting for? This is it. But ask for help. This feels good. Cool. All right. Book a reading, Souls and Stardust Podcast.com. Listen to one of our 5 seasons. If you know any guests who want to be on the show, who have a podcast or show of their own, that would be a good fit. Send them our show, tag people, share. We need reviews. We need people to share our page. We just want to get the message out that there are people in community that can help you through your, whatever you want to call it, your spiritual awakening, your maturing, your changing, your transition, your journey on mental health and wellness, spirituality, how to figure out what the hell's going on in your life. Like, there's a community of people out here who understand what you're going, who won't call you crazy, who, we all got some crazy stories to tell in that aspect, but, we're here. So again, Neo with Souls and Stardust. Have a great day.